I don't care what you do, I don't care who you are, if you take this video to heart, it can change your life. My name is Mason Lee. Today is Tuesday, and your tip for this Tuesday is to learn how to self-educate. The power of self-education is unbelievable. If you think about the richest people in the world today, they're all entrepreneurs, they're all self-educated, and they all built from their own learning rather than from traditional schooling. So something that I saw in a Tai Lopez video, and I'm sure many other people have said this, is formal education will make you a living, but self-education can make you a fortune. So it's not a guarantee that when you educate yourself, you'll just automatically become rich. But if you think about all of the wealthiest and most successful people, it all comes from the ability to learn on their own. And as Mark Twain once said, I have never let my schooling interfere with my education. And Albert Einstein once said, the only thing that interferes with my learning is my education, and he's referring to traditional schooling there as well. I cannot agree more with either one of these two quotes here. As you know, even in my own personal experience, I mentioned in my drop out of college video that I always would go to school and get bored and go home and research on my own, and that's where all of my real learning has come from. Everything that I've been able to apply to real life and in real life situations has come from learning on my own and teaching myself how to do things. And I cannot stress to you the importance of doing this. 50 years ago, all of the richest people came from inherited money. It all came from people who were rich in the past who got their money passed on to them. Today, it's much different. The most successful and richest people are all self-made, built from the bottom up. You know, there obviously are people who inherited money as well, but if you think about it, 50 years ago, zero self-made billionaires were in their 20s, and today we have people like Mark Zuckerberg, Evan Spiegel, and the list goes on and on. And even if you think about Jeff Bezos, the creator of Amazon, he created his company in less than 10 years basically. He went from being someone who was on the traditional path of working 9 to 5 and then took his place to advantage himself by learning online and teaching himself to create one of the most successful businesses in the world today, Amazon.com, obviously. So today's tip is to learn how to self-educate, really bring that power to yourself, and it's something that people have kind of lost in today's world. And I encourage you to read, because you know, I think that's the best way to educate yourself. And in my last video, I talked about success is a mindset, and I would encourage you to get this book right here, as I didn't really mention it in the video, but in my blog post I did have a link to it. But if you're going to start reading today, this is the first book I would pick up if I were you. It is a great book. This is also life-changing. The idea here is that the best skill to a person and towards their success is their ability to learn on their own, their ability to find ways to bring knowledge to themselves instead of going to traditional schooling, I guess, or learning from traditional ways. And this could not be more true, because for myself as a college dropout, all of the same things that I struggle with today are the things that I would struggle with had I graduated in 3 years from now. So if you think about taxes and laws, those are the only real issues I face myself and that I can't really learn online, which, I mean, I guess I can learn tax systems and all the tax laws and regulations, and I can learn all the laws and read all law books, but those are the two big things that everyone faces when they leave college, as well as you don't get taught how to do taxes, and you need a lawyer to defend yourself in court in the US. So these are the same two things that will always be, you know, the real obstacles to people. But when it comes to every single other topic or thing you can learn about, the internet is an unlimited resource tool for any other type of self-education purpose. So you can look up literally anything in the world. There are so many ways to self-educate, and the number one way I would recommend is that you get yourself a book and you start reading. I think they kind of promote against that in schools today by forcing you to read, and then kids end up growing up hating reading. It's something that I fell victim to, but now that I'm an entrepreneur and I can do what I want, I love reading, and reading is something that I do on a daily basis, and I would encourage you to do it as well. Tai Lopez, again, he talked about the law of 33%. Basically, if you read a book, or if you read 100 books, you're going to remember 33% of everything you read. So read as many books as you can, and you will become a genius someday. And, it's absolutely true. If you think about, again, all of the richest and smartest people in the world, something they spend a lot of their time doing is reading. Warren Buffett reads 8 hours a day. Bill Gates, he brings books on his vacations, to sit on the beach and further improve himself. If you think about all of the wealthiest and most successful people, they're always spending their time improving and growing and self-educating themselves to do better and do more. And really, that is the power of self-education. So that's today's video topic, and the tip of Tuesday is to learn how to self-educate. That is the most powerful thing you can do, and I really encourage you guys to go out there and start learning today. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more daily improvement tips and tricks for wealth, health, and happiness, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.